Chapter 7. Lila had been carrying the notebook with her everywhere. It had become a quiet companion, tucked into her bag, resting on her nightstand, always within reach. At first, she wasn't sure what to write. The idea of capturing inspiration felt daunting, as if she needed to find something worthy of the page. But then, she remembered her grandmother's words. Inspiration does not live in big moments. It lives in noticed moments. So, she started small. The warmth of the sun on her skin, the sound of a child's laughter floating through an open window, the way the steam curled from her morning coffee, disappearing into the air like a whisper. And now, as she walked toward the Word Shop, she felt something new inside her, a quiet, steady glow. She wasn't just noticing anymore. She was feeling. She felt the golden light of morning stretching across her skin, not just as warmth, but as something alive, something speaking to her. She felt the laughter of children, not just as sound, but as a ripple of joy moving through the air, as if it carried a secret meant just for those who were listening. She felt the way a deep breath filled her, not just with air, but with presence, with awareness, and with something indescribable yet deeply known. It was as if the world had shifted from black and white to color, not by changing, but by revealing what had always been there. She was smiling more, laughing for no reason, just for the sheer joy of feeling more alive. The street held the scent of cherry blossoms, as if it were celebrating spring. Lila's fingers tingled with anticipation as she pushed open the door. The bell's low chime sent a ripple of warmth through her, followed by the familiar embrace of ylang-ylang and old books. Today, she noticed something curious. A glass bowl near the counter filled with tiny handwritten fortunes, each folded with care. Her grandmother looked up from the counter, her eyes twinkling as she set down her fountain pen. "Ah, my love, you are glowing." Lila laughed softly, slipping into her chair. "I think I feel it, too." "And how has school been treating you this week?" Her grandmother raised a brow playfully. Lila sighed. "It's funny, I used to feel like my classes were just about memorizing facts, trying to keep up, but now I'm starting to see things differently. In my anatomy class, we were studying how cells regenerate, and I kept thinking, what if energy works the same way? What if we can restore ourselves, not just physically, but emotionally, by what we choose to notice?" Her grandmother nodded, her eyes full of quiet approval. "This is the kind of question that leads to true understanding." "And your friends? Have they noticed a change in you?" Lila smiled. "A little. They say I seem lighter, happier. One of them even asked if I was in love." She laughed, shaking her head. "I told her I wasn't, but maybe I'm just falling in love with my life." "Ah, that is a glow that cannot be hidden." Her grandmother pushed a fresh cup of tea toward her. "Now, let's sit and drink our tea, and you can share what you have been noticing with me." Lila pulled the notebook from her bag and set it gently on the table. Everything, and yet nothing grand, just small things. The way candlelight flickers, the way music fills the space between words, the way my heartbeat slows when I sit in stillness. Somehow these small things fill me with inspiration. "Then, my dear, I believe you are ready for this." Her grandmother reached for the ivory card and slid it across the table. Lila turned it over. "Glow. You carry a glow that warms every space you enter. It is in the quiet way you remind the world that even in its darkest hours, light remains. Allow yourself to glow." She smiled, a warmth blossoming in her chest. Glow, it does feel like something soft but strong, like something that doesn't need to be forced, it just is. "Yes, glow is not about effort," her grandmother nodded, sipping her tea. "It's about allowing. Just as a candle does not struggle to shine, neither must you. You do not have to force it. You are the glow. It moves through your fingertips, in the golden thread of your voice, in the way you carry love into every room. You naturally glow when you stop dimming your own light." Lila traced the letters on the card. "So it's about trusting what's already inside me?" "Yes, Lila." Her grandmother leaned forward slightly, her voice warm and steady. "But trusting yourself is often the hardest thing of all. We were taught to look outside for validation, to measure our worth by our achievements, by approval, by how much we do. But true glow, true radiance does not come from what you accomplish. It comes from knowing, deep in your heart, that you are already whole, already infinite. Your glow is not something to be earned. It is something that has always been within you, waiting to be remembered. Lila furrowed her brow. But how do I know that? How do I trust it when the world constantly tells me I need to prove myself? Her grandmother tilted her head, considering her words carefully. Tell me, my love, have you ever seen the sun doubt its own light? Have you ever watched the ocean question its depth? Lila hesitated. No, but I'm not the sun or the ocean. Ah, but you are, her grandmother smiled knowingly. You are made of the same energy, the same vastness, the same brilliance. The only difference is that you have been told to question what is already true. But nature does not question its existence. It simply is, and you too simply are. Lila bit her lip, absorbing the words. So if I stop looking for proof and start allowing myself to be, my glow will just happen? Exactly, my dear, her grandmother nodded. Glow is not something you force. It is something you allow to rise when you stop dimming yourself to fit the world's expectations. Pay attention to the moments when you feel most alive, most at peace. That is when your glow is strongest, not when you are trying, but when you are simply being. The more you allow yourself to exist in these moments, the more you will realize your glow was never missing. You just needed to feel it. Your glow is the quiet whisper of your soul shining its own brilliance. Grandmother was thoughtful. Always remember, Lila, your glow does not need to dazzle, as the softest glow can guide the darkest path, inviting others to share its warmth. Lila exhaled, looking at her notebook. I think I understand. Ever since I started writing in here, I feel like I'm filling myself with light, not by searching for it, but by seeing and feeling it. Her grandmother's eyes twinkled. And that, my love, is how you glow.